Manifestation of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neil.
And this is Annabelle Lecter.
And we're joined by Mary Dauterman, director, writer of Booger, which we'll be talking about. And if you're in the area, come and see at Brooklyn Horror Film Festival this weekend. It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Saturday night.
Yes. So for people not aware, can you give them an idea of what Booger is about?
Yes. Booger is a body horror comedy about grief. It's about a woman whose roommate dies and she loses their cat, Booger. So she's kind of not dealing with anything very well and focusing on finding this missing cat while she's going through a supernatural transformation. That's super gross.
It is. I watched it and it is very gross, but it's also sweet at the same time, which is a weird combination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried to do something impossible.
Well, I have not had the good fortune to see it. So how did the trying to do some impossible thing go?
Yeah, I feel like I gave myself a lot of challenges with this film, but it was something. I think what was really exciting about it was like trying to make something I wished existed. Trying to I want the emotion to come through at the same time as you are so disgusted. Like I want you to be feeling a lot of things at once, so that you're always surprised.
I like the sound of this.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea anyway. To try, you want to make something that's not really out there, because the most boring thing when we get movies is something, even if it's technically made well, that like you've just seen a million times.
Yeah, and you're kind of like see the ending coming from a mile away.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I like about festivals in general, because you see a lot of weird stuff that you don't necessarily see everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So what inspired you?
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, what did inspire you to make this? You're talking about it's different from other films you've had in the past. So how did you end up going in this direction?
Yeah, it was like the kind of impetus of the idea. I make lots of very stupid comedies. Like I made a lot of shorts that are really dumb, really silly. I definitely live in the comedy space. And I started writing a feature that was kind of going to be almost like a modern American Werewolf in London, but a woman in Brooklyn with a bodega cat. I just had all of these ideas swimming around. And then COVID happened and I was writing this film, really missing all of my friends and really kind of digging into the emotional vulnerability, because that was just giving the movie so much more than a silly kind of satire would. So it grew from like sort of my personal experiences and what I felt like I had the most to say in my first film. And I felt like what I really wanted to talk about was female friendship and the power of female friendship, and just how devastating that loss is. 'Cause I hadn't really seen that before, and definitely not in a horror film.
I'm fascinated. It is I love my male friends, but it's different. I've got some different friendships that have happened over time, and I have some lovely female friends, and I'm sorry, Neil, but it's different.
That's fine.
Everybody contributes in their own way.
No, but you don't see it in movies too often. Usually if it's two female characters, either they're fighting or their love interest.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like there's so many more complicated relationships in between those two things that are worth exploring.
So all the little clips, like you stuff from the phone where you kind of see their friendship, because a lot of it's told like, you know, the backstory. Was that like all filmed at once? Like how do you go about like let's film a bunch of little things that would look organic on, you know, just memories that you had saved on the phone?
Yeah, that process was kind of crazy. Like Grace and Sophia hadn't met before. Grace Glowacki, the lead, is Canadian, so she came in town for it, and Sophia's local to me in Brooklyn. And we had one kind of quick afternoon where we were doing makeup tests and also filming this stuff in between. And then in the edit, I really loved all that stuff, but I wanted so much more. So we were really lucky that we got Grace to come back in town, um, like after we'd been editing for a few months. And I was kind of like, Grace, Sophia, can I borrow you and let's just like have a friendship day? You guys are the DPs and my phone is the camera, and we're gonna just like hop on the train and go to this bar and like run around. And I think it was really fun, just the three of us. It really did feel like friends filming dumb stupid things, and it also really fleshed out the friendship so much more. And I feel like that's like, yeah, they definitely like became tight over the film, but that day was really special. And I think it's a testament to how great of actors they are, and also it's just like we were legit having a lot of fun.
How about casting both of them? Because not only do you have to get two people that are good actors, but you want them to have chemistry, like they feel like they're real friends.
Yeah. Well, Grace was someone who I'd been wanting to work with and had really seen as like the perfect person for this film. She's such a physical actor. I'd seen her movie Tito, which is like she's playing an agoraphobic man. It's mostly nonverbal, and she's doing like really strange things with her body. And then talking to her, and like our sensibilities are very similar. We both love gross stuff. We both kind of have sick sense of humor, and she brought so much to the film. Sophia was someone who I'd like known for a while. I direct commercials, and I had seen her in auditions and then like friended her online. And I just think she's so funny. She's always doing great, like, I don't know, just like silly little Instagram videos, honestly, kind of like what's in the film. And she's like a stand-up and a musician and stuff too. And I was like, this is definitely the kind of person who I'm imagining Izzy is. And the more I kept thinking about the two of them together and kind of like imagining them hanging, it felt like perfect. So I definitely, yeah, found the two of them in different ways, but brought them together for this film. And I'm really happy with it. They have great chemistry.
Have they seen the finished movie?
Grace has, and Sophia's seeing it for the first time on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's the way to see it, with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what was it like for you to see it the first time with an audience?
It was really crazy. We premiered at Fantasia, and my parents came, and my
cool.
my parents, I kind of like gave them a little warning that it was going to be gross. And I sat a little bit behind my mom and was watching her like really strong, like kind of freak out. And it is one of the greatest moments of my life. Just like being like, I did it. I grossed my mom out so much. Like that was a really fun way to see it. And also just hearing audience reactions, like laughing exactly where I wanted them to, and like having really strong reactions to some of the grosser or like I feel like there's a lot of kind of injury gags in this movie, but a lot of people being like, "Oh God!" Like when certain things happen. So it just was a really great experience after watching it alone or just with my editor and being like, "Yeah."
So actually, all that time, like because you're with the movie, you filmed it, you're editing it. Do you get desensitized to some of the gross stuff?
Yeah, I can like fully eat meals through this movie, like no problem. I'm like, right, here we are. I'm eating some soup. I feel fine. Yeah.
I actually was eating lunch while I was watching, and I paused it. I was like, oh, I probably should finish.
Wow. I'm so intrigued by this description where people feel uncomfortable eating. That's its own rating. You'll be uncomfortable.
I think the also sounds add to it, because I think that's overlooked sometimes in gore, or like if it's something gross, like the weird chewing sounds or just mouth sounds adds to
yeah,
the gross part.
Sounds, squishy sounds. wet sounds. Yeah, yeah.
How do you where do you get those sounds? Do are like they do you download them somewhere, or do you like you record these sounds? I'm always fascinated at where they come from.
I know. I wish I had like a full Foley studio that was just like goo. But yeah, some of them are like from Sound Library. Some of them are like in camera. Some of them are weird, like I'm licking my arm and then we are adding that in places. But it was a like very layered process in the edit and the mix to get everything just right.
How long did it take to do this project?
We shot it July 2022. And yeah, I guess not counting the writing. The shoot to the edit was basically exactly a year. Like we were finishing for Fantasia July 2023.
Did that feel pressure if you were already like, I know that sometimes the same thing was happening with Meals People. There's kind of like a pressure to be ready for a festival. Did you feel that?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, having the note on the calendar that it is screening in front of an audience is the biggest pressure point ever. Like it just has to be done. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing where I do understand why some people take a long time to edit because that's a whole process too. And at a certain point, you're like, I want to try every single way to do this. But having the pressure and the deadline is good. I definitely felt the pressure hardcore though. Yeah.
But it sounds like you feel pretty good about the final product. You know, you're talking about seeing your audience reacting the way you wanted them to react.
Yes, yes. I think it is exactly the movie that it is supposed to be. I feel really happy with it.
That's wonderful.
You said it was inspired by losing a friend in real life.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like a distance with a very specific friend that felt like a huge loss. Yeah.
So how was the experience of writing it and making the movie? You know, did it help with the loss? You know, losing somebody you're close to.
Yeah, I feel like it is. It's important to process things well after they happen, I think, and just like reflect on, reflecting on like the good and the bad, I guess. But writing it was definitely emotional. But at the same time, I feel like if you're not emotional while you're writing, then it's really hard to care about something. So yeah, putting that much of yourself into something is only going to make it more powerful.
How about the name? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I know sometimes it can be really challenging for people to edit because you get so connected to everything. It's very hard to decide what to take away. Do you feel that more strongly because of what this film meant for you?
I have kind of the opposite problem. I will cut everything and then I'll be like, that's not working. Goodbye. And then have a 30-minute movie and then have to go back and kind of figure out what's missing. But when I hear about people having trouble letting things go, I almost wish that was a problem I did have. My reaction is always just to like condense.
Well, you work with commercials, right? So that's something that is part of your world is you can't have this big giant story. You have to tell it in a capsule.
Yes, like 15 seconds. This is much longer.
How about the name Booger itself? Is there a real cat named Booger?
Booger was like what I almost named my cat. So it was always like should I have named him Booger? So that was a pretty easy name to come up with for this cat. My cat's name is Bobby.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
nothing against Bobby. It's a nice name, but I don't know if the movie would pop as when I heard Bobby.
Yeah,
as when I hear Booger.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's gonna be about boogers. But it's not.
It is not.
There's another mucus-oriented movie that's out, like a film festival movie. I shouldn't say
Nose Picker.
What was it?
Nose Picker.
Oh, it's great.
Ooh, okay,
So
I have
Booger,
to.
Booger. Yeah, if you want body horror and some weird stuff, find Nose Picker. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
great.
it's a short film. It's
Yeah.
a longer short, but yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yes.
It sounds weird. I'm a big fan of Nose Picker, but
Yeah.
yeah. I also like you use it a lot in the movie, different variations of it, and that's the Pina Colada song,
Mhm.
Escape. Does
Yes.
that hold any relevance to you?
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, kind of looking for challenges for myself with this film, I was like, I wonder if I can make pina coladas devastating. Uh like, can I make pina coladas be a song that's like emotionally triggering? Because it's just a really fun party song. It's like you hear it and you are transported to vacation, or a silly cruise or something. But we, yeah, me and my producer were looking for a karaoke song. I was always like, I'm so sorry I wrote a need to have karaoke song into this script, because that was a really big challenge. But we were connected to Rupert Holmes through a friend in film, and his son is a filmmaker. He like loves indie film, and he gave us a like amazing gift of letting us use this song.
Wow.
And so it's kind of it's a thread all the way through the
Yeah,
film.
even in the score, I noticed. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, that's cool. It's the musical version
I
in the
was going to
score.
ask about that because Neil's trying to do a theme for another Without Your Head project, and it's a very known song. And yeah, that's not going to happen. It's a Billy Joel song. It's like
Elton John.
Just make friends with Elton John and it'll happen.
Exactly, exactly. I have similar
oh,
glasses, sunglasses. So.
that's going to be your appeal to Elton John. You'll roll up with like a crazy hat and sunglasses.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. He'll love it.
Please
Yeah,
live stream this.
yeah. And I like the song because I'm actually on the Cape, on Cape Cod, and they reference Cape Cod in the
Ooh.
Pina Colada song. So the and I don't want to spoil the movie, but the last time we hear the song is very emotional.
Mhm.
You did not spoil anything.
No,
Mhm.
no.
It's just another thing that makes me feel excited to see the movie. I'm so curious about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I saw it on small screen. I can imagine on the big screen, um, a lot of the gross stuff will be more gross.
Mhm.
And it definitely could be. It would be a fun movie to watch with people for that stuff. And then it's an emotional ride.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, the scabs are way bigger.
Giant scabs.
Mhm. Mhm.
I like it.
So, who actually made the scabs? Who makes the effects?
Kelly Harris was she was hair and makeup and special effects. Amazing, killed it. Uh, we had such a crazy time, like making a map of the scabs trajectory over the course of the film, kind of, because we didn't shoot chronologically, but we had like, she's in this wardrobe, her scab is at level 3, like, and then this yeah, we had a lot of dirty bandages, we had a lot of um kind of notebook of all of the wound stuff, which was really intense. And then there's also I guess this is maybe a little spoiler, but there's also one pretty huge prosthetic moment that she built as well. That was really crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, no, everything looks really cool in the movie. Um, I read that you had a background in illustration. I was wondering how that helped, or does it help when you're making a film?
It definitely helps because I like to storyboard the whole thing. So I did that in prep, uh, was able to kind of create almost like a comic book of the whole movie and be pretty clear about composition and my, yeah, like how I wanted the visuals to flow throughout the film. But uh, I guess otherwise, maybe I did not draw anything really for the film. But yeah, just kind of thinking visually in what a frame looks like, I feel like is really important to me. I love comic books, I love graphic novels, and I think that they're really inspiring for filmmaking.
I was going to ask about, you mentioned you're coming from a place where you do comedies. Is what else is going on? You've got this illustration, you're now sharing about comics and graphic novels and the comedy. So before Booger, where were you at?
Before Booger, I was so my background is I worked in advertising as an art director for a long time, and then was making a lot of 30 and 15-second comedy commercials and on set a lot, and just loved it there and was like, wait, I want to do this. This is the fun part. So I went freelance and I started making short films with my friend Kenny, who's my DP on this as well. And just kind of like do some shorts, and started directing commercials as well. It was an interesting journey. I honestly never saw myself making a feature film because that seemed like such an enormous, huge task and project, and I didn't really know anyone who'd done it before. But finally, like, I don't know, it feels pretty cool and surreal to have done it.
How about this experience of being the interviewing, and you're this person, you're like a special person, you're walking in the film festival, and it's like, here's Mary, the creator, the person who's made this feature film. It's a strange place to be, because if you're not used to that, right? If you come from a background and you're just like a person going about your day, and then you're now a filmmaker, it's a different place.
Yeah, it's honestly terrifying. I don't love being on camera or interviewed and stuff. I mean, this is delightful. But it is like really strange going from being so inside of my head to like existing in the world. But it's also been so joyful and nice to be sharing the film and talking to people about it and hearing people are connecting with it, and really just like gives me so much fuel to want to keep doing this. So it's crazy being on the other side. I feel like I was in it for so long. Fully became a creature myself in there.
Did you have your shorts at festivals?
Yeah, I did festivals with my shorts for a few years. Like we were talking a little before, there was the COVID year, which was a bummer because the best part of Fest is meeting other filmmakers and complaining about the process together and like trauma bonding, and also just like meeting new people who are doing cool stuff and getting inspired by each other. The festival experience is a super important part of the film journey.
Yeah, I always tell anyone, I think on any level, even if you just like to watch movies, you're going to see stuff, especially the shorts, because a lot of times they don't necessarily go to other platforms. There's more platforms now they can go to, but a lot of times you see cool shorts. It'll be the only time you'll get to see them. And then you'll see the movies before they go to Shudder or wherever they go. And sometimes I've seen a lot of cool stuff that never goes anywhere, sadly, but you get to see all this cool stuff. And then if you're involved in movies at all, just networking with everybody, and there's lots of valuable reasons to go to the festival, or just to go and sing karaoke afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Is that happening?
Yeah, we are hosting Booger karaoke after the film at the bar below the theater. It'll be great.
Amazing. Yeah. Are we going to be able to do this, Neil?
Yeah, we're invited to all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll just be pina coladas on repeat.
Yeah, Mary was telling me before we went live that the actual theater that Brooklyn Horror Film Festival's at is she says, well, she could tell you better. She said it's a cool theater.
Yeah, it's like a dinner theater with a bar. You can order drinks and food while you're at the TV. It's very fun. And the bar, I feel like it's so nice that it's there, even not during a festival experience, because like you can go. I love being able to go sit and talk about what you just saw, and that is a really nice space. Yeah.
I think that's the best festivals are like that, where you don't have to leave the area to go and meet up with everybody. Everyone can meet in the lobby or right there and go drink and eat. And
Yeah.
you don't have to splinter up.
Make it easy to run into new friends.
So you've been to Brooklyn. Did you have a short at Brooklyn before?
I think I've played 3 shorts with them actually, which has been really cool. And the programming is really fun. I'm on the jury for the shorts this year, and the shorts are so impressive. Would definitely recommend checking them out.
We are going to, both of us, I mean, features are great, but you can get so much when you do shorts blocks. Like you see so many people's creations. So it's really is great to be able to do that. So I think we're only staying for the long weekend, not even that long. And we're just jamming shorts in as much as we can.
Awesome. I'll be seeing you around then.
Yeah.
We'll be there. But yeah, the shorts are fun. And then it's cool, like you said, you see everyone's stuff, and then it's cool, like, oh, I'm gonna go check this person's other stuff out. Or, oh wow, that they're making a feature, after I saw this cool short. So it's it's a good experience.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like it, it's short and another one will come on after.
But yeah, I feel like meeting other shorts makers definitely opened up so many doors for me at festivals. Like one of my EPs on my project on Booger and one of our financiers was like a friend I met at a shorts block in Maryland years ago. So that's pretty crazy, like a pretty crazy, like we're working together. And I feel like also it's a great place to like discover actors, especially shorts. Yeah.
Yeah. Are your shorts online now? Like if people want to check them out, like myself?
Yeah. I think they're pretty much all on Vimeo or marydauterman.com.
All right. Yeah. I will check those out. Yeah. This came together last minute, or else we would have checked them out
Yes.
previously. I also noticed that you worked with Rachel Sennett. I don't know actually her last name.
Yeah.
Early in her career, who was one of my favorite movies. I go see everything, not just horror movies, but I thought Bottoms was one of the best movies this year. So I thought it was cool that you. I don't know if you got to see it, but it was very cool that you worked with her.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, and her, she's like killing it. It's so cool to see her doing so much stuff. And she's an amazing actor and really, really smart and great to work with.
Yeah. And Bottoms, Bodies, I actually thought I would hate, and I actually really liked it too.
I loved it. She's so funny in it.
This was earlier. Dean says he was eating cereal the first time he watched a Serbian film. I believe it was in reference when we were talking about eating during Booger. So.
Yeah, you should get a prize if you can eat during gross things.
Right. The first time, so he is much. He must have watched Serbian film multiple times. Let's see. Bobby could be the sequel.
Yes.
I see. Do I see a cat in your background? There's like a little ear.
Let me grab her. Yeah. She's trying to escape. No, I'm gonna sound like a crazy cat lady. I foster kittens as well.
Oh, cool.
This is one of my sisters.
Aw.
It looks like Booger.
Idea.
Oh, cute, cutie. I love the idea of fostering. If I had the capacity to do it, 100%.
I love it, but I am scooping litter constantly. So.
And by the way, there's a great litter box scene in Booger.
Yes.
That's a great litter box scene. I don't know.
Yeah. I keep a list of my top 10 litter box scenes in film.
On film.
It's a very long list, but it'll be going there.
Yeah,
it's probably.
Where is that litter box? I should bring it to the screening.
It could be
great photo ops.
Yeah, you can sign it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Bring home a little bag of litter.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I don't know if it's too early or not, but do you know where eventually Booger will go after the festival run?
I've been telling my producer my dream is for it to be on airlines.
Wow.
People would be like,
I like that. That's a very peculiar dream. So I dig it. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we just started the like sales process. We signed with a sales company out of Fantasia, and they're shopping it around, and I'm learning a lot about all of that. But I think it is going to unfortunately be a long process, like before you're able to just like watch it online. But we are going to Cucaloris in North Carolina, American Festival in Poland,
Oh,
and
sweet.
Stockholm Film Festival. So it'll be
Excellent.
playing in those places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Are you
traveled
playing in?
around so far before for festivals?
No, I never have. This is the first time I'm like going international for a festival, which will be really fun. Yeah. I'm curious
Yeah, it's
how
very
the
exciting.
comedy will cross over to different languages.
Yeah. And when you're saying about a hard process, to where the movie goes, and what I was saying earlier about like I like festivals because you see weird stuff and they don't necessarily fit in any genre, but I assume that can be hard for the next level because you know is Booger not necessarily horror enough to be on like a horror platform, and so it could be a weird movie to where it ends up.
Yeah, I guess honestly, I wasn't thinking about that at all when I was making it. I was just kind of like, what movies do I like?
Yeah.
And I do think, yeah, I hope there's just like more room for those kinds of films because I think we're all craving like weird, strange stuff and not just like the same formulaic things
It
that.
does seem like people are more. I probably people always were into weird stuff, but I think like the people who run the platforms and stuff are realizing that people don't just want like the typical whatever. Even like mainstream movies have gotten a little more strange.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Something's happening that's hopefully good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We like the strange.
Mhm.
And what was your website again? It's your name.
It's just marydauterman.com is my website. Or my Vimeo channel, I think, is probably Vimeo/Mary Dauterman.
Yeah. And you mentioned, Booger is something that you would like to watch. What are some of the things you like? So some of the movies or TV shows?
Yeah, well, right now I'm on a really funny. I've been trying to watch everything I was too scared to watch because it sounded too extreme. The Claire Denis movie Trouble Every Day is on Criterion right now, and it's a lot of eating people. So, but I did finally watch it, and I actually really liked it. And also Crash by Cronenberg. I was always like, I don't know if I want to see this, and then I finally watched it and really enjoyed it. So I've definitely been pushing myself to watch kind of like extreme genre bending horror stuff, and it's Halloween, so
Yeah. How about even before that? Before like, I'm sorry, Annabelle. Before you made Booger, what were the kind of things you watched?
Well, yeah, I would say like in the past 5 years, I've gotten so into Cronenberg. So I was definitely watching a lot of that stuff and being inspired by it. And but like as a teen, I'm from Texas. I like loved Wes Anderson. I think a lot of people probably in my age range are probably really into Wes Anderson. And like one of the movies that I think about all the time and watched writing this was Eternal Sunshine. Like I love Michel Gondry and I love really inventive visuals to explain emotion. So like things with crazy set builds, I'm all about. I loved Sorry to Bother You. Like I feel like a similar kind of
That's a great movie. Yeah.
feeling. But and like the Daniels, I feel like have a similar kind of like it's like so tactile and interesting. So I love stuff with like crazy art direction like that. And I also love uncomfortable, like kind of cringe comedy like Todd Slons and another favorite of mine is like Roy Anderson, the Swedish director. So I don't know
I don't think I'm aware of him.
No.
Yeah, he makes like really I would say really like stilted, uncomfortable comedy. Like the scenes go on so long.
Roy Anderson.
Oh, you might like The Greasy Strangler then.
Yeah.
That's an extreme movie.
Yeah, and very long scenes that keep going. Yeah.
And it's very like wet. I think I watched like the first the big like I do want to watch those, but I can't right now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a very strange. I would recommend the Greasy Strangler. What were you
I love
saying
that.
before, Annabelle? I think I interrupted you.
I think it was that you use the word tactile for how things are in films, and that just really like was an aha moment for me. Like, I'm thinking that that's something I relate to, is that there are films you watch and there is so much going on. There's so many textures and so many layers, and yeah, I'm just admiring the word. I'm just admiring how you brought that into the space.
Yeah, it's kind of nice like when you can see the artistry behind the world instead of just I don't know. There's so many things that are like reality and I like pushing it.
For us
Well,
old people, have you seen the movie Brazil?
Yes, love, 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 love. Yeah.
that's one of my
It's
favorites.
yeah, I watched that as like a teen with my cool cousin and it blew my mind. And then I rewatched it recently and was just so impressed with the filmmaking, like the choreography of the camera movement and the sets and it's just like beyond. It's I would love to be at that level one day. Yeah.
Well, Booger's really cool movie. It's both. It's weird because well, I don't want to give anything away, but it's both disgusting and gross, and also a sweet and emotional movie. That's a weird combination. I don't think you get to see that combination. I don't know if any other movie has that combination, but maybe they do. And
Yeah.
plus litter boxes.
Hopefully you're crying and gagging.
Right, right.
At the same time, just a mess.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to going to Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. And not you can't pick out other, but what other movies are you looking forward to? I guess that's a bad question because anyone listening will say, "Hey, she didn't mention blah blah blah."
I know. I actually have like my calendars dotted of the things I want to see, but I am really excited to see Sacrifice Game. It was at Fantasia when I was there, but I wasn't in town for it, and that I think is the closing night film. And also, I think it's called Tiger Stripes. It's like a body horror coming of age that also played at Fantasia, and it also has like kind of feline themes to it. So I'm really excited about that one. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So people check out your website and check out Booger wherever it's playing and come on out to Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. It's going to be our first time there. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And come to karaoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song? I don't know. I guess it's a Pete song, but
Hello, Neil.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll revisit my list and pick something good. But
Do you sing like well? Because I don't. Okay.
it's really embarrassing. So
Okay.
I'm
We'll get
sorry.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't actually sang karaoke in many years, but
I really had to push him the first time too. Like, Neil, you're charismatic. Everybody loves you. You get out there.
Yeah.
And he did, and everybody loved it. Monster Mash.
Perfect.
yes, Monster Mash. Monster Mash is a good because it's you don't have to necessarily sing well. It's more like you kind of start storytelling in the song.
Yes.
Which is good because Neil doesn't sing well either.
What?
Perfect.
Ukulele here. We're going to prove you wrong.
Oh.
No. I just happen to have that right there.
It's just hanging out.
Yeah. And a chicken.
Yeah, I pulled out a cat. You're pulling out.
God, that's annoying.
That was horrible. Don't do that again.
I'm like Carrot
you gonna
Top
say,
of
Mary?
podcasting.
I said I pulled out a cat. Now Neil's pulling out chickens. This is a crazy episode.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have anything. I have this lovely ivy.
Ooh.
See, that's nice.
This is my equivalent of a pet. Sad but true.
Well, it's
I
very
can leave it home
alive.
for a while. It's a survivor.
Yeah. Well done.
Very good. Well, we're looking forward to seeing it. It was very nice to meet you, and it'd be cool to have you back on sometime.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys too, and I will see you around this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, where do I go? I'm gonna click
Yeah.
away.
You gotta just boot people.
I don't know if I can. Can I?
Yes.
I guess I feel very rude, but I'm gonna remove you from the stage. It's not anything personal. All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. So we're not gonna do a super late show tonight, but it's very cool to have Mary on.
Very
Dauterman.
good. She's great. I really enjoyed her and her. Like, I just felt she has a very good energy.
Yes.
She's setting up karaoke. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we got an email actually earlier tonight with a list of all the parties.
Oh, excellent. Cool.
For Brooklyn Horror Film Festival.
I'm totally there if Neil is there.
Yeah.
If Neil's not there, then
I'll just I'm much more boring than I used to be, but I will be there.
You need to stop with that. You need to stop.
It's true.
You're not doing the same things that you were, but neither am I. And I'm not like, wow, I'm boring now. We're not like going out and being like fools together, but it's not like you're a nobody, Neil. People love you, Neil. You're beloved.
So, but we are going to go to Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. It's very exciting.
Yeah, we are going to see. We're going to be there for the Maniac Cop event where the Leviathan Award will be given. I know, right, Pepe? There's mocktails are really coming up. Dean tolerates you, just so you know, which I'm guessing from Dean is actually pretty high regard.
Dean is also straight edge. I met me and Dean have hung out.
Yeah, there you go. Slade.
Both Dean and I were accused of being narcs when we were in.
By who?
Where was it, Dean? What was the city? We were drinking coffee, and I got very drunk or on something or other. He was like, he accused us of being undercover cops because he said no one walks around drinking coffee. Camden Town. There we go.
Camden Town. Isn't that near where, no, he lives somewhere else. I was thinking about Strange Nocturnal.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Town, but I don't remember where it is. What else we got? We've got... Well, we just got approved for a new one. We've got Nightmare Fuel. We've got Angst. We've got a whole bunch of things coming up.
Blackout, Larry Fessenden.
Yes. I hope we get to meet Larry. That would be so nice.
Yeah. I've been in talks with him. He's looking forward to.
Been in talks.
Yes. Talking with him. Yeah.
Oh, we've been in
Larry
talks.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. Jeremy Holm is hoping to make it out for the Blackout screening as well. So
that would be great. Cool. They were wonderful. Well, I didn't get to talk with Jeremy, but I heard I was sitting there in the audience listening.
You were on for a little bit.
Jeremy, I was there.
I thought you jumped on.
No, I jumped on when I couldn't stand it anymore. When you guys were talking about, I don't remember what it was. You were talking about something, and I took umbrage, and I had to jump on and say my piece.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't on because I was late from work. Because work.
Yeah, I remember.
Brutal.
But no, yeah, he's a really cool guy, and so isn't. Yeah, and Larry's.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy.
I never met either one. So.
Interview. Something just made a sound in here. Like I don't need bats in my ceilings again.
No.
Who's cute?
So, I also want to mention next week we'll return to Jenny Spade. Will be on the show.
Oh, yes.
For the 15th anniversary special edition of Dead Girl.
I love that movie. I think it's fantastic. It's very dark. It's like I don't know who to feel bad for or not. I just have it was a really interesting. I haven't seen it in a long time. I should probably watch it again because I might not even have seen it since around that time.
Right.
So I think I could revisit that. I guess I like these weird dead girl movies because there's X Day is the hair extension one. There's a dad hair growing woman in that. And then there's Autopsy of that.
Jane Doe. Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, so good. So good.
That's one you should check. Dean's been watching a horror movie every night for October. Check out Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Oh yeah, it's so good. What's his name? Brian. The older man. Brian, original Hannibal Lecter. Oh,
Yeah,
he
I
does
forget.
McDonald's commercials. His beautiful voice is there.
And then the director's gone on to make some big stuff.
Has he?
Brian Cox.
Yes. I saw the ancient horror, like Masters of Horror or something like that. And he's very British. So he adopted like a non-British accent. Anyways, it's a fantastic.
Yeah, Andre Overdahl.
It's a great film. It's just very much caught me by surprise and unfolded in ways I absolutely did not expect. It's one of those films that they do you're not leaving that building, right? Maybe you're on the outside briefly, but everything is contained in a small space, and the way they use that small space is fantastic. Like you're just in that building.
And Dean or anyone else who's never seen it and if you don't know much about it, don't go and read anything about it.
No.
Go in like really with not knowing what's going to happen.
No trailers.
You'll enjoy the movie a lot more. Because I didn't know anything really about it, and it really keeps you like on suspense. What's even happening?
Yeah.
Really original. That's a really original movie. Like there's not really anything else like it.
Agreed.
Yeah, and it was cool because on the Blu-ray, the from Unearthed Films, Jenny does the commentary track. Jenny Spade.
Oh, very cool. Is it a multi-person commentary track or her?
I think it's just her.
Oh, interesting. I need to see. Yeah, I definitely need to see this movie again. So I'm gonna try to get that. Do you know if it's out and about anywhere right now?
The actual Blu-ray doesn't come out till the 24th, but I believe there's other versions of the movie. That's a special edition with all the cool features. But is it actually like streaming somewhere? Just the regular
YouTube,
version?
Google Play, Apple TV, Prime Video, perhaps. Currently unavailable. Boo, Prime. I'll poke around and see what I can do. Because I really enjoyed it. So. We shall see.
Yeah, and a friend of the show, Alok, who we met when we were in LA.
Yeah.
He's friends with the director and said he could help get him on the show, so that'd be interesting.
Nice.
Because he's never been on.
Oh wow, that would be fantastic. We're so likable. Of course, he wants to be here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw When Evil Lurks, by the way, which is not on the newest Dinner in a Movie. I thought that was a great movie. Had a limited release. Definitely worth seeking out. Very, very dark and very bleak. Not a feel-good horror movie.
I'm trying to I have a problem. So give me a couple things that are going to.
That was the one in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Yes. It was very dark.
Yeah. We liked all three movies we saw that day.
Yeah.
And but that was one that's got a limited release, and like I said, great. It's definitely one to find.
Yeah, if you can, and I mean, if it's in the theaters, I imagine that you're going to be able to find it legally on the internet at some point. I say legally because this is like an independent person. Be kind, pirates. Be kind.
Yeah, I need to check out his previous movie, Terrified, which a lot of people said is a great movie. So I think this is a director I'd like to check. He also did one of the segments on Satanic Hispanic. So far I've liked everything I've seen.
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really fun anthology. A lot of comedy in it, and it works as both horror and comedy. It's really good. And also, I didn't even know this. Multiple time guest on the show, and I consider a friend of the show, Jim Ojala, which I don't think you've met yet. I didn't know this until I saw that his name on the specials. He's the makeup artist in Dead Girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
So
that's very cool.
will he be around sometime? Are we gonna have like?
Yeah, we'll get him back on because he's a really nice guy. I think you'd like him.
Very cool.
Maybe we'll do. We'll try to get maybe we could try to get multiple people on from Dead Girl next week. We'll figure it out.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't want people. It'd be nice because they all have their own projects too. So
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, Jim. When the first time I had him on, he had just directed his own movie, Strange Nature, which was really cool, and just a cool guy. So I didn't know, even when I've had him on a couple times, and I didn't know that he worked on Dead Girl. I think he's got like some interview or something with him about making Dead Girl.
Oh, nice. So good stuff coming up on the show. Reminder that Neil and I will be getting some live stuff over the course of the weekend. Keep you updated about the events that happen around us. So we don't have anything planned out yet. I would like to have some, like, we're going to show up
right.
at least once scheduled so people can.
Someone there actually emailed earlier about wanting to do something while we're there. He's got a movie playing there.
Oh, cool. Someone who would like an interview.
Yes.
Very good.
Chris. He made a movie called Crumb Catcher.
Crumb Catcher. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. Crumb Catcher. That could be a lot of things.
Yes.
Is that his feature length or short?
Feature film.
Ah.
They also they sent us a link in case we don't get to see
it.
But Chris Sconch Dopel. I'm sorry if I don't know how to say your last name, but it's a very long name. But yeah, he would like to do an interview during the weekend. He'll be there all weekend.
Oh, cool. Wonderful. Excellent. So we will have that. And we'll be bringing you stuff. We're both really excited about being a part of Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. And we haven't been press at Film Festival. I don't know. It's just been going to the film festival and
it'll be fun to not worry about. It's great being there without your head moving and all that stuff. But it'll be fun being there and just not worrying about that and just doing interviews and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Whole different thing. It's been a while, so shall be a good time. Yeah.
I do have sad news. I wanted to bring up.
Oh.
Someone I like a lot. I knew at conventions. He was actually going to be in the Once and Future Smash. He was all about it, but and then COVID happened, and he wasn't in LA, so it didn't work out. But he passed away today. Jeff Burr, who directed Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. He always called me Hat Guy. Just after the original man who called me Hat Guy, he took that on. Just a really nice guy. Friends with Ari Mihailoff. So yeah, it was really sad. And from what I understand, because then I saw it, everyone talked about him. Super helpful to many people. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. The director who made Trista Robinson's movie when I had her on. Anyway, he said just out of the blue, like he had mentioned, like in his movie, and like he just contacted him and started to give him advice about directing his own stuff, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And it seemed like many people have these same stories about him.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Jeff Burr.
Jeff Burr. Who wrote Bill? You said Bill.
Bill Burr's a comedian, probably.
Not the same man.
No.
Sorry, Bill and Jeff.
But
well,
Jeff Burr.
It's nice to hear about people like that do want to be involved in developing people's potential.
Yep. Just outpouring of all people showing pictures at conventions with him, and he just I always had great experiences with him, and apparently everyone did. So just a good guy. So rest in peace, Jeff Burr. And it's too bad we didn't get him into the movie.
Yeah. Was he
Also,
older?
I don't think was that old. I mean, he's older, maybe 10 years older than me or
Let me
something.
see. That's not old.
No, I don't. No, he's not. I don't think he was particularly old.
Jeff Burr, director.
No, he's born in '63, so he was 60.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
not old at all.
Very young.
This is weird. I'm not. But Deadline, they crop me out, but they do have a picture. The picture they use of him is him and me.
Where?
On this website, deadline.com.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, they crop me out, but
Can you share it?
yeah. You can see my hand.
I love seeing the IMDb's that someone who knows them personally, if not themselves, did.
So you can see my hand and my Zoom microphone over here.
60. So in his trivia, one of the things there is that he was a Buffalo Bills fan and his uncle worked as an employee of the Bills. I'm like, you know who put that in there? Him or someone he knows. I think it's very charming when you see these little random bits. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to meet him. He seems like a super
really good dude.
Quote, horror is not the only genre I want to work in, but I absolutely love it. You have a lot of freedom to experiment and to be subversive. Pretty much anything goes in horror films, and that's one of the exciting things about working in that genre.
Yeah, he's a big horror fan. Yeah, like you said, he made other stuff too, but
yeah.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Justin Bernard Head. This is he sent me this shirt for his series Dark Signals.
Dark Signals.
It's a web series. Trista Robinson was in the episode they posted last week. And so was I, but I want people to check it out, so they're more likely to check it out if mention Trista was in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But big fan. No, you've not talked to Justin either. Justin,
no,
been on the show many times. We'll have to get Justin back on.
That was another show I was in the audience for. You guys were doing the top.
That's right. Yeah. Justin's our list man because Justin has lists already made for all these things. He just does them because he likes to make lists. So he's our official list guy.
Maybe we need a new list.
Yeah, we
When's
do.
the last time you did a list? It's been a long time.
Yeah. We'll do one for the best movies of the year, but we should do one before then too.
Yeah, I'm very sure that was not for best movies of the year. You were talking about vampires, I think.
That's right, vampires. Yeah. People, hey, Pepe Potitin out here, all the good folks out here. If you have an idea for a list, send them in. It can be something out of the box, something fun.
Are you doing any Halloween events for Without Your Head this year?
Yeah, we have to. There's so much going on, it's hard. But we want to do the costume contest. So as soon as I get back, I won't have time to do that tonight. We'll post about that.
Yes. So the idea being, you all out there can send in pictures of yourselves in costumes, or even your children. We've had people submit pictures of their children. That's totally fine. Yeah. And it's just cool as part of the community to see your fellow people. It was I really loved doing that when I was on the show in the past, is like building up that Without Your Head community. Like, you guys show up regularly, and that's amazing. I love seeing regulars in the chat. So community is what it's about. Like, going to film festivals is about community. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have some prizes.
we've got some Halloween stuff that's coming. We have failed at getting ready for Halloween.
Right, but
We're
even
gonna
if we don't have an amazing costume or whatever, we'll be going
I
to the
will.
12-hour horror movie marathon. That'll be a great time. The week
Yeah.
before that will be Severed Limbs 14. There's a lot of stuff
Oh,
happening.
yes. We're missing out on Friday the 13th Jason-a-thon at the Rocky
Yeah,
Woods.
missing that. Missing Monster Expo this
I
weekend.
know. Oh, I feel so bad about that. New England people or anybody who really like Brooklyn Horror Festival, amazing, but people who can't make it out there this weekend is Monster Expo, and that's in Massachusetts. Our friend George James Frazier, he runs the film festival himself. Like it's part of like a 2-day weekend. Yeah. So if you can't do Brooklyn Horror Film Festival, or if you can do both,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely support it. It's a really an up and coming festival in the area. So George does the film festival. Oh, I feel terrible. What's his name?
Souza?
Joe, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Joe Souza. Okay. And he runs like an actual horror festival. And so he's got some guests. Yeah, he's got a lot of vendors. He's very big on showcasing creators.
yeah. A
So
lot of former Without Your Head guests are guests this year. Walter Phelan is there, who played Dr. Satan.
Bob Elmore will be there.
Bob Elmore, and I was very happy to see they actually have the Once the Future Smash in his collage of movies he was in. So yeah, it's a pretty great guy too. We haven't talked to him in quite a while either. That's another guy we need to get back on.
Yeah, that would be great. So yeah, there's a whole lot going on. I hope everybody's having a lovely Halloween season. Oh, did I already share my stolen pumpkin in the past?
Yes, but I like that.
I still love my stolen pumpkin.
I have cool news. It's after Halloween, so there's something to look forward to even after Halloween, and that is one of my favorite horror movies of the year, and I think one of yours too, is going to be playing at the Brattle Theater. And I talked to one of the fine family members who made it, and he's going to be there for it. And that is Where the Devil Roams is coming to the Brattle.
Oh, I saw you write something about it on their post. As soon as you said the word family, I was like, oh, I know who it is. That's amazing.
And yeah, I
Are they
talked
all
to
gonna be
John. John is anyway. Zelda's going to be at Brooklyn.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so she's going to be there. So we should do something with her. She's in Brooklyn, and John and Toby are. I think they're at Citrus. They're at like one of the big ones.
How are you doing?
Yeah,
Good.
John said he's gonna be at the Brattle for
amazing.
For When the Devil Roams.
That's exciting. Cool. I will have to definitely mark the calendar on that.
Yeah, I'll have to see when, because I think it's playing a few days. I'll have to see, like, I'll find out which day he'll be there, because I think they're gonna do a Q&A one of the days. Maybe that's not even out yet, but the news of that. But
well,
it's broken.
Good job, Neil.
Yeah. So this is, and here's some more exciting news for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not only, we talked about last week, they're rebooting Halloween again because we need more Halloween movies. It's not even going to be a movie now. Now it's going to be a series.
Like a TV series? No one. I don't know if it's TV. Do they even call them TV series anymore?
Right, it's probably going to be like a streaming series.
Yeah. Old.
You're not blocked. I don't know what you're talking about, Tazo. Anastasio Theodosiadius says I'm being blocked.
The only way you were blocked is if you came in with a fake name and acted like a dick. So if you did that, then you were blocked.
Exactly.
That's just my thoughts to anybody out there, is if you were blocked and you came in with a fake name and were a dick, because that did happen once. Someone was really horrible. I don't know if it was you. I really hope it wasn't.
It was. It might have been for something else, but it wasn't that one I'm thinking of. That you're thinking of. I don't think Halloween fits like a series.
I guess we're figuring it out. It must be some kind of backstory. crap.
Look, I'm not anti remake and all this stuff, but we literally just had a new trilogy that
But people didn't
again
like
skipped all
it.
these other ones.
That was panned far and wide.
Yeah, but they made a lot of money, so
Yeah.
then immediately you're like, well, let's redo it again. So I don't know.
I guess if they made a lot of money, then why not?
I
Is that,
guess.
if they're getting an audience and making a lot of money, it's like we were talking about earlier with Mary, this formulaic thing. There's this formulaic thing for some audiences and that's fine if you like it. We say this on the review for Dinner and a Movie, that it's no shade thrown at people who would like it, but Neil is not down for the Halloween.
I think even without, even if they haven't made all these Halloweens, that seems a very strange thing to. I mean, creatively maybe you could pull it off, whatever. But I don't see how like a slasher could be. Maybe one series, like you have like a limit, 12 episodes at the end. But I don't know how you could keep that up year after year, like, and not be like, there's this same killer that's just killing people over and over, and they never catch them year after year. I don't know. It seems very weird.
I would like to see a short series or an anthology film for Hellraiser, because I don't know if there are. Maybe there are. I'm not aware.
They're making that into a series too. Hellraiser.
They are.
Yeah.
Are
by the man who did the Halloween trilogy.
Oh,
but he also did.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
When did this news pop up? A while ago.
It's been news for quite a while, because it's weird. They were making this. Other people were making the series the same time they were also making that reboot. But they'll be different.
Streaming, and this is, and it's specifically Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gordon Green, whatever his name is. He's just like, I'm just gonna remake everything.
Well, I'm like very Hellraiser streaming series, HBO. Oh, okay, so it came out a year ago, like literally a year. HBO developing Hellraiser TV series. So that was, because it says there's also a separate Hellraiser reboot movie on the way.
Yeah, that was that movie that was on Hulu.
Interesting. I was not a big fan of that movie.
No, I wasn't either.
It's not into that. Yeah.
By the way, earlier I didn't see their names because they came up Facebook user, but hello to John Carius, Walter Cobra Rivero, Cindy Sanabria, and Aaron Ruiz. Pepe says, I can't wait for the 13 Ghost series to get made. Yeah, they're gonna make I don't know.
So I see this is a really critical piece of this Hellraiser for me, is whereas the Hellraiser movie, the one that they just made, is being described as a reboot of the source work, the TV series will tell an entirely new story with the series lore and mythology as a backdrop. Yeah. So Pinhead might be there, but they're and I think that's the thing, is it's such a rich mythology that you could do. I would personally think it would be better to have an anthology series, because I'm not sure how long you
have different people using the box instead of just an ongoing story of the same person. I think that would work better. Even if it was sort of a what's this show? American Horror Story, where each season would be a different story arc. You could even skip all around time periods too.
Yes, I still like the Hellraiser where they go back.
I like it too. I didn't like it when I was a kid, but when we did the Hellraiser month that time, and I watched all of them, I thought it was. Yeah, I think it's way. I think 3 is one of the weakest ones, and I know some people really like it, but I think that's the one where they really got the character wrong.
Yeah,
it
I
went
think
from
there's, like, some cool scenes. Like there's that.
It's a cool image.
Very iconic. He's like in the church. It's very iconic. Yeah. It doesn't fit his character.
No. That's the one where he's actually evil, and I don't think the character is evil before that. And it's also more it's more slashery and the Cenobites in it are just so horrible.
Yeah. What DVD? Now, I wonder if the children of today would know what some of the things are.
What would they make today? Like a TikTok Cenobite?
TikToks. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe they'd have a cell phone Cenobite though.
Cell phone.
Yeah. They were all so stupid. It's like you could literally put any piece of technology on their head or coming out of their arm.
Yeah, and they just because the other ones like you look and like in your mind like it was something where it was over time. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they just bam your chatter. It was like they were tortured over time and this they just like were instantly like they throw a disc at the guy and bam, he's a Cenobite.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
No.
I know a lot of people criticize 2. They do.
I think it was. I think it was like they had so much ideas there that they couldn't really pull off. I think very well technically. Some of the stuff didn't look great, but it's like the story and stuff's good, and some of the stuff looks really good in it too. But I think like the not hell, but whatever they call it, like it looks kind of hokey. I think, but
the big like prism.
Yeah, like the whole area.
Well, it's Leviathan.
Yeah,
I know. But I love Julia. Julia's an amazing.
Oh yeah,
I think she's just such a powerful villain, and seeing her transformation from the first movie, where they show like a background scene of her story where she actually seemed like she wanted to be with the father. I don't remember his name, but you see Frank come to the door and she's all sweet and nice, and then he manipulates her and she just slides into her evilness.
I mean that's the heart of the book, and because I know sometimes people talk about there's not enough Pinhead in some of the new ones. But Pinhead's barely in the first movie. It's not the movie. The original Hellraiser isn't the Pinhead movie.
Yeah,
it's Frank and Julia.
Yes, and how she progresses into the second one. And I love doctors. So having an evil doctor who's a psychiatrist who's torturing people is so up my alley. So I love him as a villain, and I think he was a great villain, and that he was very scared too. Julia came around and he was frightened of her. And
that's a great opening, actually, the movie when he's using, like the patient to like summon the.
Yes. Oh yeah, on the mattress.
Yeah.
Ooh, awful. And
I still don't think you've seen Judgment. Now, I'm not saying it's the best of them. But I think it's one of the better sequels, especially the later ones. I really like it. They actually tried to do something different, which I like. They weren't just rehashing the same stuff over and over.
It's so hard for me to sit and watch films because the people, other than you, the people in my world don't really give a shit about horror movies. So I don't know. My attention span is so small that I really need to be with another human to like.
Maybe that'll play somewhere. I don't know.
Hold me down.
If that ever plays somewhere, I don't know, it probably wouldn't. But maybe
why don't they do the Hellraiser series at Coolidge?
That would be cool because they did. They've done the. I went to the one where they showed all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. It actually was fun to watch them all in a row.
Nightmare on Elm Streets. They did another one. They did another series. I don't remember if it was Friday the 13th or not, but there was another series that they played.
Yeah, I was Friday the 13th. I went to both of them. And then they also did John Wick, but I didn't go to that.
I've never seen them. I've heard they're good.
They were much more enjoyable than I expected.
I like Pinhead in Space, Pepe. That's the one where they go back in time.
Yeah, I like it too. That's the fourth one.
It's labeled as Pinhead in Space.
I mean, honestly, it makes sense. It's book it. It's the past and the future, and it's an immortal character, so it makes sense.
It's not a perfect film.
No, no, no.
I don't think
But
there's any perfect Hellraiser. Hellraiser
no,
is
even the first one,
everyone.
I think the ending is very lacking, where she just kind of hits the box and zaps them all away.
Yeah.
I always was sad that they got rid of the Asian character that would come and like collect the box and stuff, because I always thought that
Oh,
was cool.
yeah. What's your pleasure?
Yeah, like I don't know why they got rid of that character.
When did they get rid of him?
I think I think the last time you see him is in the third one.
Oh,
He's definitely in the
maybe
first
awesome.
two. Maybe he's not even in the third one. Maybe just the first two.
There's a whole chat going on over here about
Yeah, they're talking
poltergeist
about
and
Poltergeist.
what is
I'm a big fan of Poltergeist.
yeah, I don't oh, the 13 Ghost series? That would be interesting, Pepe. The 13 Ghosts, I just found out that that movie came up when I was visiting with my mom, and she said it terrified her as a child, the original one. I haven't seen because I fell asleep
Yeah.
during the original at Coolidge at the 12-hour horror movie marathon one year.
Oh yeah. The
I
original one.
do
Yeah.
not like the
It's an old
modern.
William Castle movie, so it's very gimmicky.
He's
The
great.
original.
He's great. Um, but then the one with Monk,
Yeah, I don't really like the movie, honestly. I know a lot
I
of people
don't
love
like.
it. I don't think it's much of a movie. It's just like a series of like cool like ghosts.
Yeah, I
The
like the
movie's
cool
like,
ghosts. The
yeah,
cool
the
ghosts,
movie's very lacking as a film.
yeah. Visually, those cool ghosts, I am there for it. But the story around it, I'm not. It's just not for me. But I think a 13 Ghost series would be really interesting. I don't know anything about that other than seeing you write it right now.
Maybe you could really, yeah, you could actually delve into the cool ghosts, and maybe it would actually be a better format for that.
I'm very
Because it's
curious.
hard to have us 13 stories in one movie, but if
Yeah.
you do in a series, maybe you could do something interesting. I don't know.
What
It's
else
an
we got over
interesting
there?
idea anyway.
What else you the Hellraiser with that cult? Was that the one with
The one with Lance Henriksen, I
that
think,
one?
is the worst one.
Is that
It's
the one with the
horrible.
cult?
Yeah, that's the one with the like its internet too and stuff. It's
Yeah, that
terrible.
was that was unwatchable. I know you
Yeah,
use that expression of something being unwatchable. I felt that was unwatchable. The
yeah,
one with
that one, and then the first one without Doug Bradley. I actually like Judgment though. I think Judgment's a good movie. I
wasn't
stand
that
by Judgment.
Hellraiser movie? One of the movies Lance Henriksen said was an alimony payment.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of his book, Not Bad for Human, and he talks about he always gives his all in his movies, which is so like when he made Piranha 2, which is not a great movie, but he gave it his all, and so did the director, who happened to be James Cameron. And that's
Oh.
why Lance Henriksen went on to be in many James Cameron movies, because James Cameron noticed that. And so
Mhm.
that's a good lesson for people out there.
Mm.
And then he talked about, um, people might notice sometimes he makes movies that aren't necessarily the greatest movies, and he says that those are his alimony movies.
I find that to be hilarious.
Yes, and
Jason X.
great book, interesting guy. He didn't. He was illiterate until he was in his 20s.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Fascinating. What kind of childhood did he have that he was illiterate? That must have not been good.
Yeah,
If
I
he
mean, it's been a while
became
since I
not
read it.
illiterate, then he was clearly capable of learning to read.
Yeah,
So that,
I believe he taught himself to read and write, which is it was
wow.
in his book. Is very interesting. He was the original guy. James Cameron wanted him to play Terminator instead of end up being Arnold
Really?
Schwarzenegger, obviously.
That would have
And
been a very different
it would be,
vibe.
yeah, like I don't. Arnold's really perfect for that time period and for the character that's in that movie. But I think if Lance played him, I think it would have had to been a different version of the Terminator itself. I don't
Mhm.
know. So
Well,
it's
maybe Lance
always
kind of
hard
like
to
woke
say
up.
because we know that version, so it's hard to really say.
Yeah. It could have
But
been
then he
excellent in a different way, or he could have done like the Wolverine diet and hulked out. Who knows?
right, yeah.
I
Well,
guess
then he
James Cameron really sees him as like a robot.
yeah, because he had him in the yeah.
So I see
But
about Jason X. No.
Yeah, Jason. Look, Todd. I'll just say this: Todd Farmer's a great guy. The guy who wrote Jason X.
Todd Farmer is a very cool guy, but I'm not. I'm sorry, Todd. If you
I
are,
can't say anything because just earlier today, Adam Marcus shared a nice little video, and it was when he and Todd Farmer met for the first time in 10 years, and they met because I had booked them both for the Once and Future Smash, and they happened to, one was leaving and the one was coming in, and boom. And
wow,
they got this really nice picture together, which we then use in the movie. But that was a genuine picture that they took together.
that's
And it
really
was the first time hanging out in 10 years. And he just posted it, I guess it was the anniversary of that. So I
that's
cannot say anything bad right now about Jason X.
all right. I'll leave Jason X alone. Maybe I just need to revisit it.
I
That happens
genuinely
a lot. A
love.
lot of times you see something you love and you revisit it and you're like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Vice versa is, and I've told this to Adam Marcus, is with Jason Goes to Hell. I remember seeing it. I remember everything about it. So me and my friend Joey, his brother Rob, drove us to the. It's no longer the theater's no longer there in Wareham. And first I remember that Rob paid for gas with a big bowl of pennies. And I remember the guy just looking at him in disgust and just like told him to get out of here. And not rolled pennies, just a big bowl of pennies. And then so he dropped us off at the theater, and it was literally me and Joey and then this one other guy across the aisle from us. And as soon as that movie starts and the actor bites into the black heart of Jason, Joey and I burst into hysterics. And that guy was so pissed and just sat there so angry the whole movie because me and Joey were laughing the whole movie. And he just sat there so pissed. And as soon as it was over, he got up and stormed out. So I always remember that. But I thought that movie was so rotten as a kid, laughably bad. And then I watched it for the Adam Marcus interview years ago. And I kind of love the movie now. I think it's so ridiculous. I think it's pretty awesome.
Do you think he went with that intention?
I don't know.
Batshit crazy film.
Oh, it's definitely batshit crazy.
Did he know that?
Oh yeah, he was like 20 when he made it.
Oh wow. Okay. Good for him. Great.
Now I will say this. I don't have an emotional connection to the Friday the 13th films like some people who don't like Jason Goes to Hell and they think it's too dumb and you know they go a different direction. So I don't have that to the Jason movies. I just watch them whatever. So maybe if they were like my favorite thing, maybe I would feel differently about Jason Goes to Hell. But I just watch it and think it's pretty entertaining. Totally crazy. And then there's so there's like this little, I don't know if people are familiar with Jason Goes to Hell, but like in it, like Jason is like this demon that goes, into people. And then like he gives birth to this little demon that's in the movie. But in the they actually have pictures from set because he grows into this big giant demon, but for some reason it's cut out of the movie.
Interesting. I think I'm seeing a giant demon. It's got like horns.
Yeah, it's not in the movie, but they have like stills of it.
So what's the little demon?
Well, it grows into that, but you never actually end up seeing that. But then there's the little demons that pop up out of hell and pull Jason into hell.
I see this. All right.
I love Jason Goes to Hell. I stand by Jason Goes to Hell.
I guess I need to see it. Here, I'm going to send it to you.
If that one's ever playing outside, we'll have to go see Jason Goes to Hell.
I will take you up on that offer. We can do that. I sent you a picture of this little demon pulling him into the depths. If you care to share.
Yeah, I will.
I find it amusing just to look at that picture.
Yeah, come on, look at that. Rules. And what's his name? Clayton Duke?
Yeah.
He's like hunting Jason. That guy's pretty awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen like people want to make like a movie just about that character. But yeah, look at that. How can you not find this amazing? Look, the
it's
rules.
awesome. What? It's like a mouth too. The hole has got teeth or something. Is it
Yeah,
supposed to
almost
be a
looks like the
mouth?
Sarlacc pit or something.
Yeah. Is it supposed to be like that in the movie,
I
or are
don't
we just?
know. I don't
Huh.
know. There's a lot of little Easter eggs in it. There's the crate. The crate's in the movie
Really
from
cool.
Creepshow.
It's
The
awesome.
Necronomicon's in it.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah,
Filling up with a little horror world.
yeah. I stand by Jason Goes to Hell.
Tazo likes Poltergeist. Dean finds it unwatchable.
Yeah, I didn't know people didn't like Poltergeist. I thought that was pretty much a universally loved
Yeah,
movie.
I'm so curious. I want to know more, Dean, because I do think, like Neil is saying, it's kind of regarded as this universal film, but of course there is no universal film, so I'm wondering about
No,
criticisms of Poltergeist. I haven't seen it in a little while, I feel like. Pepe, I like Pinnacle in Space. Best thing, Vic is not a Poltergeist fan either, apparently. The best thing I could say about Poltergeist is that it looked like The Godfather compared to Poltergeist 2. Ouch, Vic.
yeah, I have to say,
Wow.
like, when I was a kid, like, I didn't think anyone really liked Poltergeist 2, but now that's a beloved movie too. Which
That's
that's
the
one I
guy.
would like to revisit because the guy's so creepy. People
Yeah, the
really
guy
like
is in it. He was very damaging to my psyche as a child. I just thought he was just such a creep, and I'd have nightmares about him. It was bad. He's a
Yeah,
creep.
I just saw recently because I think he was doing a convention or something. But there's a guy because the real people probably know the real actor was dying of cancer.
Yes.
That's why he looked so.
So who is the
And he
guy that was
died
doing
before they.
the convention?
Well, so they had to get someone to do the voice for some ADR because
Got it.
the real guy died, and then they have that character again in part 3 where someone else
Yeah.
plays him, but they have the guy who did the voice in part 2 doing the he does the whole voice in that. So anyway, he does conventions as the voice of.
Interesting.
So I thought maybe he'd be kind of cool to get on the show
That would be
sometime.
cool. So, what else got? Poltergeist classic and watchable. Johnny Depp got
Yeah.
pulled into the waterbed. That was totally not that movie, Pepe. That was Nightmare,
Look,
which is
here's
also
Creighton Duke. Here's the guy hunting Jason. This guy's awesome.
sweet. He is awesome. I love
Yeah,
him. I just feel like he emanates, I'm a badass.
exactly.
Yeah,
He's got
this
like
is the
really.
guy that's not. He's like the darker equivalent of Sam Elliott's vibe.
Yeah,
He's like this
Creighton
very
Duke.
smooth looking dude that's not gonna mess around. I like him.
Yeah, I hope I'm not. Oh, I'm not overhyping Jason Goes to Hell, but I'm.
You might be. Was that a horrible thing for me to say? I don't think I said that improperly.
No, I know what you meant.
Maybe. All right. Thank you. So let's see. No. Oh, you liked Poltergeist and you thought Poltergeist 2 was crap. Got it, Vic. Yeah. Well.
Some of these
Poltergeist
quotes by
also.
Creighton Duke, I never even understood them, and I've seen the movie multiple times. So, so here's just the Robert says, "I'm going to say a couple of words to you, and I want you to say the first thing that comes into your mind." Creighton Duke says, "Okay." Robert Campbell says, "Jason Voorhees." Creighton Duke replies, "That makes me think of a little girl in a pink dress sticking a hot dog through a donut." What the hell does this mean, Creighton Duke? He says all he just whacked out shit.
Did he say it to like make fun of the process?
Yeah, I don't remember. But I remember him just saying all this whacked out stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like making fun of the process of doing association tests. Because association tests are always trying to find these subconscious things. He's just fooling the test. Yeah, Poltergeist was scarring as well. So I had the old dude from 2 who scarred me. And even as I imagine him, I get that he had cancer. When I was a child, I wasn't like, "Oh man, this is a great
Right,
actor
right.
with cancer." I was like, "Oh my god, this is a monster, not a human being who's an actor." And the first one, also nightmares, was when the guy's face was falling off in the sink.
Yes, I agree. That was one thing that not a lot of things freaked me out. That also anything with toys would always bother me a little bit because I had so many action figures and stuff. So there's like the little Joker Jester doll, I
Yeah.
believe.
Oh,
Also for me, the movie Magic. I mentioned many times. Not really even so much a movie. It's the trailer, the very short teaser trailer for Magic.
I wonder if you can put animated GIFs on this because I found one.
Yeah, you can download them and post them.
Oh, I'm just wondering if you could put it in this.
Oh,
Can
and
you?
the thing.
Yeah, I'm curious. I just sent you an animated GIF of the man's face experience. Um, for toys, the clown didn't bother me. The kind of toys that bothered me would be like the
Yeah, the gift doesn't work for me.
that's too bad. All
Yeah.
right. Ugh, it's so terrible. Oh my god. Ugh. It's horrible to watch. I don't like watching it now as an adult. Oh my
And
god.
the tall man was the other one.
Oh. It was just like those dolls that were supposed to be pretty porcelain dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Those were very scary. I had been gifted them by a relative over the years, and I couldn't tell them, like, these dolls terrify me. Please don't give them to me because I felt bad. I wanted to hide them in the closet where I couldn't see their faces, but then I was afraid that they'd get mad at me. So I had them out on my bureau, just staring at me. I hated it, but I was so scared. What if they cut me at night? Like they could have done who knows what. Dolls are scary.
Well, yeah, so the doll and Magic. So
Yeah.
the old teaser they would show on TV before they would show it on 38 or whatever is really like 12 seconds long, and it's just the dummy sitting there, and this is what he says. He says, "Abracadabra, I sit on his knee. Presto changeo, and now he is me. Hocus pocus, we take her to bed. Magic is fun. We're dead." And that always creeped the hell out of me.
That's strange.
Plus,
I never,
we had a ventriloquist dummy, and then my brother would tease me with it after we'd seen
oh,
the
that's so
Magic
mean. Before or after the film?
after, because of the movie itself was the trailer itself would freak me out, and then to add to that, he would tease me with the
Someone
dummy.
throws up a baby Jason? Pepe,
Yeah,
what
like
is
they
it
give
with
birth
you?
to like a baby. It's
By
awesome.
barfing it up?
I don't know.
I need to
I don't
see
care.
this.
I have to rewatch it now.
Oh, Pepe said in the original Evil Dad there's a Freddy Krueger glove hanging over the door in the
Oh,
tool shed.
interesting. I didn't know that.
That's cool,
Yeah.
little Easter egg.
Is that
Yeah,
true?
21 Jump Street is, I'm pretty sure that is Johnny Depp. But he gets pulled into the bed because he's Nancy's boyfriend and he's like
Yeah.
hanging out in his room listening to music, and Freddy comes up and pulls him in, and then just the blood explosion, which is one of the greatest things of cinema.
Yeah, that can't be true. Because
The
Evil
Magic
Dead,
was censored in Memphis, Vic said.
Evil Dead is made in '81, and Nightmare on Elm Street came out in '84.
Interesting.
So if the glove is there,
Ooh.
that's even weirder.
Did you see that Vic said Magic commercial was censored in Memphis? In what way,
Really?
Vic, was it censored?
Taking out "We're Dead," or maybe taking out "We're taking her to bed."
Yeah, that's a weird thing to put in the commercial. Very strange.
I know there's been the last couple years I saw people saying that It is just a rip off. The Stephen King's It is a rip off of Freddy Krueger, and I was like,
What?
Like that's it. And then I don't want to say his name, but someone tried to argue with me. I saw a lot of people saying
That
this.
someone is a fool. I don't know which person you're talking about, but I will call them a fool because
I
they're
agree
not the
100%. And
same.
they were like, oh well, it's this thing that like preys on. I'm like, that's like a big stretch.
That's,
That would be like everything that's like a boogeyman. Then
yeah.
is a copy
How
of
many
it.
movies can you
Or even
stories
just
of any kind?
like just like stories are
Yeah,
all about this.
exactly. It's like that's like basically throughout the history of mankind, there have been scary
Right.
stories to tell children about monsters coming to get them.
Yeah,
And
that's what the origin of the boogeyman. Right.
yeah, that's the whole reason that stuff works because it's already embedded into kids that
Yeah,
like I was just talking
any
about
kind of
my
like
kids.
old witch, like Hansel and Gretel. Then you could say it's like oh, Freddy's just ripping off Hansel and Gretel or something.
Yeah. So that's a no from me. I don't know if I can call you a fool and still love you. So if you're someone I know and I care for you, then you can call me a fool as well. We'll exchange.
It was in bed. Vic says they
Ah,
changed a third line in the ad to Hocus Pocus. We hide her in bed.
interesting. Johnny Rotten was arrested. Well, Johnny Rotten was a pretty controversial fellow.
Yeah, he still is.
Hmm. What time are we at? Because I do need to pack.
Yeah,
And
I
I
do
need
too.
to
I
get
haven't packed,
extra
so
early.
let's get
So
out of here.
I'm really
We're gonna have a lot of fun this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it.
yeah. I am very happy about our community participation in the chat tonight. Anybody who's seeing the show, not live, please come by and be a part of the chat. It's a
Yeah,
very good
really
time.
likes this show.
Can they see now? Okay, so we can see all of the chat because I am sending this to 2 profiles. Neil's
Right.
sending it to at least 2 profiles. So these people see each other because
No,
I see everyone.
no.
Interesting.
So, it probably would be ideal if they would all go to the YouTube chat, but I realize people are seeing it all different places, so that's cool. But when I pop it up on screen, they'll all see it.
But I mean, as they're talking, like,
Right? No,
are these
no,
people all seeing each other to
no,
interact? Like
no.
Amanda was earlier.
It depends where they are. They'd have to all be in this. They'd either have to all be on the Facebook, not even just Facebook itself, but like everyone on the Facebook on Without Your Head will see theirs. Well, on yours will see yours.
Yes. So
YouTube
where
will
would be the place to try to encourage people to go?
YouTube, because then they also the chat will stay there on YouTube too. So
Are these people in YouTube?
I don't know. Yeah, they're on YouTube.
Are they? Cool.
Yeah, because they have that little red thing. So yeah,
Uh,
Vic, Pepe.
so go to YouTube world, watch
I know
us
Dave
live.
Deadman
join the
couldn't be
chat.
here tonight, but he's normally on the YouTube.
I was thinking about him earlier if he was going to. I feel like I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I talked to him last night and earlier today, but he couldn't be here tonight. But
That's
he'll be around.
Yeah. Tazo on YouTube.
I'm on the YouTubes, Tazo says.
Yeah. Vic's picking on him about how he's his talking about Poltergeist, but Magic being the classic. Well, I don't know if Tazo shat upon Magic, so maybe he agrees, or maybe he needs to see it. I don't know.
I'm gonna wear my weirdo hat
Are
to
such
Brooklyn.
a thief of ideas.
What?
Because I had that shirt in Atlanta about being a weirdo.
I had this hat for a long time.
All of a sudden, Neil's wearing a weirdo hat.
Oh my lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a stretch from the Freddy Krueger deal.
Fashion thief.
But you
can wear the cargo pants because those are functional and amazing.
I'm not wearing cargo pants.
Cargo pants are awesome. They're now
like
back.
cargo shorts. I just don't have any cargo pants, and I don't have time to go get any right now.
Well, for wintertime, they're amazing.
I like these waffle.
I like the waffle too. I do. Are your waffles, do they wear out fast? Because basically all women clothes is so...
Well, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
last year is the first time I started wearing them. So they
Oh,
haven't not worn
Pepe
out yet.
mentioned that the Freddy glove was an Evil Dead 2.
Ah, all right, very cool.
And yes, it really is a part one remake, 100%. It is. I mean, it is.
Yeah, it's like a bigger budget remake of the original.
Anthony Hopkins with a ventriloquist doll.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
UTF.
Check it out. Check it out, Tazo. Stop being a bum.
It's nice to have everybody. I really hope that we can continue to build.
Yeah, Tazo lives in Brooklyn, I believe.
I love it. It's nice to see you guys having a good time together.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to play us out with Motel Transylvania, the music of the month. We'll be back this weekend. Also subscribe, hit the like button, hit that icon so you get notifications, and share this out with your friends and your family. And just keep an eye peeled for when we go live.
Yeah, we'll try to announce it in advance.
Right.
At least one. But hey, that's the doll. There's just this ongoing, I feel so bad. We're going to cut off their chatter. You guys, we got to have like the after party chatter.
Peace out. Happy Halloween. We'll be back before Halloween, but happy Halloween. Happy October. Have a good time. Watch some horror movies. Eat some candy. All right. I'm playing the tune. Here we go.
And